great day today. All right, today is our Less Stuff More Life Challenge Day. And what that means is a long time ago, back in the day, I was a blogger when I had a lot of kids because I couldn't blog because it was way too hard to record every day, but it was a lot easier to sit at the laptop when I could. So I wrote a book, Less Stuff More Life, and I compiled my blog entries into this book. And what this did is I gave my readers a challenge every single week, and it was something to help kind of simplify their life or to weed out their home, things like that, so it can just add some good value. Now, some of these challenges were good, some of these may not work for you, and that is the great thing about it, is you can go, okay, I want to do that and I want to continue on with it. And sometimes you might go, that is something I do not want to do, Amy, and that's quite all right. It just depends on what you're feeling led to do. So they're just different suggestions of things that you may go, yeah, I can do that, or yeah, that doesn't even sound like anything I want to do, Amy, and that's a good thing. So the challenge this week, we've been doing this for 18 weeks, which is awesome. I can't believe it's already 18 weeks into the year 2020. Where's the time going? I know, we're sitting at home, that's where the time's going. So the challenge this week is going to be, the change is to play more. Now you might go, oh, I have no kids, Amy, so I'm not going to do this one. But guess what? It might be for you as an adult too. And it doesn't mean that you need to go out and go play and be like a little child, but it's more of a let loose on some of those stringent rules and go have a good time, right? We can do those things. It's a little bit chilly out here. It was windy. I was like, oh, it's windy a little bit here. But now I firmly believe there are some immature adults out there. There are a lot of people that live like children. They haven't grown up. I'm not talking about living that way. I'm talking about giving yourself the ability to laugh and to have a good time, and that is quite all right to do those things. That I wrote this challenge actually out of doing it myself. Now I still am a stay-at-home mom, but I was a stay-at-home mom who did the kids all the time for me. And it was me, and I believe in making your place in the home and having peace with it, and that's good. Like, I don't feel like you should, if you're called to be a homemaker, you don't have to be, but if you're at home with the kids, there's nothing wrong with getting a break. But it's when you start demanding, like, husband's coming home and I'm leaving, that's going to be my turn. It's when you start demanding and feeling like I'm owed these rules. But I feel like if you make peace with where you're at, God can bless that whole time hugely. And so this came with me going out and having a ladies' night at our church, and I was like, do I want to do this? Well, guess what? I did it, and it was one of the greatest things we did. We went out and I had fun, I laughed, I fellowshiped with other ladies, and just had an enjoyable time. And there was nothing wrong with that. And it was just a good time to get out and just laugh and have a good time and go, okay, it's okay to be silly. It's okay to have fun and do those things to relax and let down and regroup so that you can go back to your normal daily life. And it wasn't something like I ran away and just said, I'm leaving the house because I'm fed up with everything. I just need to get away from everything. No, and I do have those days too, but I still got to stay home and feed up and make those things work. So it's something that I enjoy doing, and I did it once. I can count on the hand the amount of times I've gone out by myself and done something for enjoyment. Not very many, but it was a good time to recharge and regroup and get myself ready to go back to my home and keep functioning where I'm at. This might work. Maybe you have a lot of little ones at home and you can get out and take any time for yourself, and that's okay. I wasn't able to do that. It was like 8 years of me just being at home with my kids, and there was no time to get out. That's just life. That was how it worked. I didn't complain. I just did it and did it. And then when I had that free time, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing ever. I need to do this all the time. But I wasn't able to, and that's quite all right. My husband and I the same way. We had so many kids. People are saying date night's important to get away and get out, but if you have little kids, you know, that's not important. I mean, it's not important. It's not feasible, because who's going to watch 10 kids? Not many people. So we just did what we could do on our own, and that's the key. You got to be able to find it, and maybe it might be just in getting dinner and takeout and taking it home and shutting the bedroom door and having some quiet time in the bedroom, eating dinner and enjoying and watching a show or something like that. You just do what you can. I know that we can do it now more. I mean, not right this exact second due to everything in the world, but for the most part, we try to get out and do a date night a couple times a month, because it is important to regroup and restart and, you know, refresh, rekindle, all those things. I'm thankful for those times now, but we never could do that back in the day. And so just taking that time to do it. Now, it might just be that you're home with kids and you can't do any of those things, but you know what you can do? You can play with your kids. Now, some of those things like, oh yeah, my kids play, I play with their toys. No, you know, I had to let go. Okay, I need to be intentional and play with my kids. And sometimes that might be like playing with the baby, sitting and building block towers over and over, and then they dump them over, and keep doing that. Being right on their level. Get down and sit right with them and play with them. What are some things that you can do to play with them? There's, like when you have toddlers, my toddler's favorite thing to do was take a box, put them in a box, and let them play in the box. Loved it. Loved the box. You can get a long, wide one where they can sit in it, put some toys inside that box. Kids love playing in boxes. Laundry baskets. My kids love lining up the laundry baskets and sitting in them. Just something about being inside a laundry basket. I don't know. Kids just love doing it. And then the older ones like pulling them around the house with that. If you want to do that too, you can. Those are just some simple things we could do. We were sitting at the table. I cut a ton of different shapes, just literally squares and triangles, out of construction paper. Got some glue and put on a plate and took a Q-tip and gave it to the toddler preschooler. They sat there and dipped that glue and wiped it on that paper and stuck it, and they loved gluing. It was something simple to do, but they loved doing that sort of thing. If you want to get messy, let them play with rice inside a box or in a plastic tub, something like that, and let them scoop and pour. Kids love doing that sort of thing as well. Just having that little, it's just simple activity. It's not something that requires too much to do, but it is just something simple that you can sit down with things that you have. Getting out any of your cooking supplies, your measuring cups, spoons. Kids love to pretend play, especially at a young age. And as they get older, you can sit and play. Maybe you don't enjoy playing Barbies or dollhouse or babies, and you're just like, I'm tired of being the mommy that does that. Set them up a little grocery store with some food in your kitchen and let them go and pretend to go shopping with their baby. They love doing that. If it's nice outside, get some water. Let them take their Barbies outside and play, like set up a play water place for Barbie or for matchbox cars for the boys to wash those things up. Those are just some simple tools you can do. Spray bottles full of water. Kids, another favorite thing to do, paintbrush with water. Give them a bucket and a paintbrush and let them go and paint the deck wall or the sidewalk or whatever. Those are all good things that kids love painting and doing. And maybe as they get older, you can sit there and have paper airplane contests. Make paper airplanes and fly those like we did at Easter. Those are good things to do. Remember the football? Like I remember playing the football at the table, you have to look that up, how to fold that, but you can fold it like a triangle and then you set up, you can fling it and it like shoots and it makes the little football thing. All good things. You can get outside and make hopscotch on the ground and play hopscotch. Teach your kids how to play hopscotch. You could take and hide things like, instead of hiding, you can play hide and seek in your house if you want, but you can take a little tiny object and hide it in your house and have your kids take turns trying to find that object. They used to call it hide the button, think back, way back in the day. And that's something you can do while you're working, and you can say, okay, go in the room, I'm gonna go hide it. Then hide it, let them find it as they get closer. Say, you're getting warmer, you're getting warmer, you're getting hot, you're so hot, you're burning up. Things like that you can do. Those are all sort of fun things to do. If you got more time, set up a scavenger hunt. That does take a little bit more time, a little bit more prep, but the other things are just some easy activities you can do with them. You got some flour and some salt and oil and cream and tartar. You can make some really good Play-Doh with your kids. That's something we did all the time. Make some homemade Play-Doh today. I'll link some below of one that we used to do. It's the best Play-Doh ever. Doesn't get on anything, and my kids love it. Make some Play-Doh with your kids. Play Play-Doh. Cut the shapes out. Roll it out and make food out of it. And just let them play. Kids love doing that. Get them involved with you while working. Okay, mom's gonna, I know at working and cleaning, it's so much easier for you to do it yourself. Get out there and say, okay, you go ahead and sweep this part of the floor, or you wipe this part of the table down, or this window is yours, and then go back over it later on and wipe it off when they're done. Put them in the sink and let them wash dishes and make a mess. I know, that's the best. Put a big giant towel in front of them. When they're sitting on the chair, just let them play in the water. Things you can let them do to be occupied, to give you a few minutes to get them some things done, or maybe you can sit there with them and play. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We want to be involved with them. But if you need a few minutes, a break away, those are some things you can do. Get down. Squat down and sit down with them. Whenever you see little kids, don't just stand up and make them stare up at you. Get down on their level and talk to them and play with them. Find out what they do. If you've got some teenagers want to play, sometimes it's board games. Dust off those old board games. There's a whole lot. Or get some cards out and play. There's a lot of online card games you can play that you can teach your kids that maybe you haven't done in a long time. Those are good things to dust off and do and play. The kids will be like, oh, that is a fun game. Or say hangman. I don't like the word hangman because I think that's a terrible game to play, but something along that sorts of guessing that. Or play name that tune where you hum some songs and they're going to guess what those songs are. We love doing things like that as well. And just look for those moments to have some playtime with your kids today. Or for yourself maybe this week. Maybe say, okay, I'm going to go. Maybe it's just going to the drive-thru and get yourself a treat and then having some quiet. That's your playtime. Get on the phone with a girlfriend and talk to her for 20 minutes today. That's a good way to kind of rejuvenate, refresh yourself as well. Much more than just a text, just to have that personal one-on-one talk. With your kids, sit down and spend some time with your kids today. Play with them. Get down their level today and play a quick game with them. Something simple. Stack some cups. Play a cup game. Stack your cups up on top and let them crash them down. That's a way fun thing to do as well. Just mixing fit my camera here. So, all right, so your challenge this week is to play. I'm giving you permission to play and laugh and have fun with your kids and your home and your spouse. And for yourself, you can do these things too. So this week week's challenge. Put some playtime into your life this week. All right, we're gonna see you again tomorrow for a day in the life. Maybe you'll take on this challenge this week. I hope you will. It'll change something. Get a little laughter and joy in your life. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.